Clash of Kings at page 138. And then page 276. And then plus page 414. 14. Plus 138, 552, 690. How many pages? How many pages are there? Why do I keep forgetting? See, this is why I don't do well with numbers. 969 pages in total. Okay. Page and 900 and page, was it 969? Right, 969. Okay, so I've got that sort of mapped out, which is great because God knows I'm gonna need that, because I'm gonna be probably switching from like this one to like the ebook, and the ebook doesn't really match. I'll figure it out. I have to peace out. Welcome to the start of Clash of Kings vlog. Don't mind the hair. I'm having a moment. Anyways, I have like, I want to say an hour-ish to kill. I start at 12. So I have a while to kill. I'm going to read a little bit of, I think Clash of Kings, just because I want to get a little ahead. I'm already technically ahead because I actually started it yesterday. I decided to read a little bit of the prologue just to refresh my memory. I don't think I stopped very far from the prologue. Again, it was a brand chapter, and those are just so boring. I don't care that he's like the three-eyed raven. He's boring. Okay, I genuinely, I think that's a general consensus that he's boring. So I'm just gonna continue. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Crescent, or like the Maester, gets like killed by Miss Linda or whatever her name is, the red lady. So yeah. Do I remember half the people that they are referring to? No. But I know most of them. Some of them. Ish. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. I likely won't be recording my working because I'll be busy helping people. But yeah. Hello. Here is an update. I read up to page almost to my like reading goal. So way ahead, which is great to be honest. I'm on page 65, so which is much further than I would have been if I'd started the book from the beginning today. The fact that I started yesterday before going to sleep gave me an advantage because this one's a long one, and since I'm reading PGO, like Percy Jackson, at the same time, it'll help me, So I'm going to, I think, read to my bookmark, and then we're going to switch to Percy Jackson, and I'll probably finish Sea of Monsters either today or tomorrow. I have to finish it I have to finish Save Monsters for the other vlog by the 20th, by next Monday, which is fine because I can knock it out of the park. I just cannot afford to get behind on this, so I want to get ahead on this just in case I have a weird reading day. I can always move things around, but I kind of don't want to because I've already moved things around, especially with like the vlogs and stuff. So, crap, I have a Jade City vlog as well. I might not have a vlog for Jade City. I might do something else for Jade City. Okay. Let me see. Do I have my... Can I access it? I feel like I should be able to. I just need a bigger screen. Because I didn't bring my tablet with me today. But I had a pretty good shift. One weird interaction with the customer, but that's something I'm not to. But yeah, so I'm going to get onto Clash of Kings. Hopefully go beyond the mark that I have to. And then we will switch to Percy Jackson. Good morning. I have chores to do. I have to film a bunch of videos and I have to catch up on reading because I'm behind. But first things first, I'm gonna make sure Troy. I'm going to teach you how to make sure Troy. I'm gonna put up my hair properly. I think I have to cave and start wearing ponytails again. I put on some, calm music vibes. We're gonna make sure Troy because I have a headache and I don't really feel like having coffee. I do iced coffee anyways, and it's cold. And we have kulcha, we have sukhariki. Kulcha is the Tajik Tajik flatbread that my mom has made, and it's pretty fresh. I think she made it like 2 days ago, so it's fairly fresh, so it shouldn't be too hard. And we also have sukhariki, which is croutons, right? So we're gonna make sure Troy. While that's going, I have to wash some things and put some stuff away and just get the kitchen a little tidier. So. hazard. Milk. If I feel like I put too much milk, I turn down the heat so that the tea can seep through a little bit, which is exactly what I did. So the heat is on low. It's just the tea seeping through. I do 2 tea bags. My granddad sometimes does 3. He bases it off how many people are going to be having chai. I base it off how strong I want it to be. I like more tea in my choi. Some people like more milk in their choi. We also add bread and whipping. Sorry, not bread. We add bread. We add butter and whipping cream, and sometimes we have kaimok that we add. Right now we don't have kaimok, unfortunately, but I do love good kaimok. So there's that. And back to wiping the surfaces. And now I have to wash the pot of old choi. So we're gonna do that. The preference of one's choi bowl is different to every person. To be honest, there's no, I think, particular deep meaning to it all, but it's interesting to see how people take their choi. In Afghanistan, they add sugar. In Tajikistan, they add salt. Some people like to put their bread first. That's me. I think that's the correct way of doing it, but besides the point. Some people like to put the choi first, and then the bread. It's similar to like the milk before cereal debate, you know, in my mind at least. And yeah, some people just add butter. Some people don't add anything. Some people add, as I said, kaimok. Some people add whipping cream. And the like, I like to do both. Sometimes I do like just butter. I've started to like to do both. Some people sort of do like halfway, like they fill up their bowl halfway. I like to fill my bowl up like a lot. We have a saying in the family that like if someone fills up their bowl to like the brim, they're going to space. Летим в космос, or летит в космос. So yeah, that's sort of the rundown of it all. Measurements, I'll send my ancestors to let you know. You know, I'll let my ancestors. I'll connect my people to your people. You know, I like these bowls. We have smaller bowls, and then we have white bowls. I find that the white bowls cool the choi a little bit too quick for my liking, and this is like the biggest bowl version that we have. As I said, I like to pile my bread in before I touch the choi. And it hasn't gone off yet because again, I turn the heat down. I really like to pile it. Like I'm not kidding. I think most of the sukhariki are gonna be gone. That's I do like to do my butter and my whipping cream beforehand, just then it really soaks into the bread, which is great. I think that's it. Besides that, that's it. It's great for when you don't feel like cooking anything. It's great for when you're sick. It's great for when you have a headache like me and need like caffeine, but like in a different form. aka black tea, right? It doesn't have as much caffeine as coffee, probably. I don't know how much caffeine it has, but it does do well in a pinch if you don't want coffee. So, lactose intolerant people, though,
be wary of this one. So just a heads up, you know, because there's a lot of milk in this, a lot of dairy, and I've never tried it. I don't think I ever want to try it with oat milk, but I've never tried it. I've never tried it with any other milk but cow milk and goat milk because my brother had eczema reactions to cow milk. Now he doesn't, but now I'm lactose intolerant. So yeah, that's my bowl. I'm gonna add my butter, I'm gonna add my whipping cream, and I will see you when I see you. Peace out. One more thing I forgot to mention, if you're like me and you're going to turn down the heat before it like fully boils after you've added the milk, if this appears, there's gonna be like a brown film on top. That's normal. Do not panic. There's like a brown film on top. This is normal. Now we're gonna turn it up. We have to watch the milk because milk has a tendency of being calm and then erupting in the next second. So there's that. Now it's boiling. Take it off the heat. Bon appétit.
It's cold. I took this out as if I could tell you how far I am. I haven't been reading using this. I read during my shift at the library yesterday, and then when I was like going home, which was nuts by the way. Getting home was nuts. I feel like this happens during like every vlog. Like every vlog there's something nuts that happens when I'm trying to get home or I'm trying to get somewhere. Usually it's home because the transportation past like I don't know, Aurora fucking sucks. But I will tell you how far I am into this book. I'm 17% in. I think I'm on a which chapter am I on? I'm on a Davos chapter. Do we like Davos? Am I even saying that correctly? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It is raining today, slightly. I did bring my umbrella. I did not forget my umbrella, thankfully. But this hoodie has a hoodie. This is like a hoodie, not just like a pullover. Do we like Davos? I don't remember if we like Davos. I'll have to ask my friend. Wow, really interesting so far. I get why I stopped last year. I stopped because I was on a brand chapter. So, and brand chapters are boring. Take a shot every time you hear me say brand chapters are boring. Brand chapters are boring. You could literally like cut out. No, technically you can't really cut out the brand chapters. He's like important or whatever, but his chapters are boring. I'm not saying that because he's like disabled. I'm saying that because he's annoying. Okay, obviously he's a child. He's annoying. Even Arya doesn't whine as much as he does. He's annoying. I will not take any criticisms. He's annoying. The general consensus is that he's boring as hell. So there's that. I'm totally behind on like my schedule, my self-imposed schedule. This is why I don't do TBRs. I'm behind on my self-imposed schedule, but I shifted the update of this vlog to a little later. I think next week, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be okay. I should be okay to just continue reading. I did hit the first 138 pages. I'm hoping I will get to maybe 30% today, which would be great, to be honest. It would be fantastic if I could get to 30% today. I don't know if I will, but hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, that's the update. That's all I have for you. The fall colors are really going out there. You know, it's a really pretty scene. I'm gonna show it to you. No, I'm kidding. I'll show it to you in the next clip or whatever. and then Mila decides to be nice and human. Because if you're watching this, you're not subscribed, I will haunt you in your dreams. I will watch you sleep like Edward Cullen. Subscribe, please. I would very much appreciate it. I just want to start making like pennies. I don't care if it's pennies. I don't care if it's 5 cents. I just want to make money from YouTube. That way I'm taking money from YouTube. I invest so much time in these videos. So please, you can literally just subscribe and forget about it. I would I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, that's it for this update. Hopefully the audio isn't crap because I have the mic up close because it's really loud. I have my earbuds in and it still is a little, can you hear terrible, but whatever. Alright, I will see you and hear the fall colors. If the fall colors appear once again, because it's either like pine trees and they're green all year round, or it's like bare trees, like birch. So, if the fall colors come back, I will show you, trust me. But I don't think they will. So, perhaps I will show you the scenery instead.
Welcome to the chaos. Mom, Dad, sorry. My parents are at my brother's hockey game, so. Don't you know it? I'm still stuck on a fucking branch chapter. Yeah. I switched around my room. Did I update you guys? I think I updated you guys. I was looking at my bookshelf and I bought this ages ago. And not gonna lie, I might download like an ebook version or see if the library has it. And I might actually read this. Listen, this is a chonker and I wanted something that started like there's a 20% off coupon bookmark. It's old at this point. But I wanted to find like a book that like started in like Kevin Bruce, right? So I found this because the nonfictions that I found weren't available at the bookstore. Nonfiction that I found is $40 on Amazon, and I literally cannot find it anywhere else. So there's that. Sorry, this is like really weird. It's like teetering on edge and fall, isn't it? So let me just, there we go. Now I don't look stupid. At least I look less stupid than before. Let me just see if, I'm telling you right now, this dude's probably dead. Is he dead? Maybe he's not dead. I don't know. Was it Edward Rutherford? Oh no, he's not dead. He is very much alive. He was born in 1948.
That is insane. He's 76. And better yet, if there is an audiobook, which given the fact that it's a fairly old book, like, I don't know. I also downloaded a bunch of like books off Libby and stuff. Like I put a bunch on hold and everything. So I have a couple of books that I really need to like send to my Kindle, but I haven't. I'm gonna go through them because why the hell not? So I have the audiobook and the Kindle version of Clash of Kings. I realize my eyes look like really light in this light, and I also don't look as orange as I used to. If you haven't noticed, I did actually move my bed around, but anyways. So I have Clash of Kings, which I'm switching around with the way that I'm reading it, whether it's ebook or physical or etc. etc. So there's that, and then I think I'm gonna start the audiobook tomorrow because I had to wait a bit for the audiobook to become available, and then also I don't know what's going on with my voice. I'm trying to talk quietly. I don't know what's going on. I watched a video of a bit influencer accent, and the girl was like, I don't know, I don't really mask my voice. Like I just talk the way I do normally, but I feel like being on the internet as often as I am, creating content as often as I do, especially for long-term vlogs and longer form videos like on YouTube, you kind of do try to absorb the sort of influencer accent, but at the same time, I'm Canadian. Like we have that natural sort of uptick at the end of our sentences, and I can't really explain it. Like it's also common, I think, with Australians and probably British people. And the reason why my voice is, I don't think I have a very high pitched voice in general. I have a very low-ish voice. Like for a girl, I think it's fairly low. But I feel like it matches me in a sense. I do have a customer service voice. I work 2 customer service jobs, okay? Anyways, then I have the second volume of The Girl from the Other Side, which I have not read. I haven't finished it. I need to finish it. Then we have A Treachery of Swans by A.B. Pornick. I have not read this yet. We have A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I recently read my first T. Kingfisher, which is Hemlock and Silver. Highly recommend, by the way. That was fantastic. Then we have Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. What spurred me to put a hold on Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake? I have no idea, because I don't know if you guys know this. I started reading the Alice 6. It did not work for me. I'm just telling you right now, it did not work for me. Pretty sure that could count as a DNF. Then we have Lasso by Darcy Leo Badger. I think my brother probably still has a copy of this. If not, we probably give it away. I don't think we gave it away because I found this at like a secondhand bookstore and it was a really nice copy. It was like a hardcover edition, if I'm not mistaken. And it was cheap too. So I don't think we actually gave it away. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on his bookshelf, but it's not on my bookshelf, it's on his. So that's one, because I've been wanting to read more like Indigenous Canadian / American literature. But yeah. And then we have The Last Heir to Blackwood Library by Hester Fox. Why did I put this one on? Oh, okay. Okay. So this one is about a girl who, in post-World War I England, inherits a mysterious library and must untangle its powerful secrets. I love those kind of books where like the main character is just like the most normal person, and then all of a sudden they come into this inheritance, and it's like, what are they gonna do, right? Because they don't know how to really deal with it, right? They come into this inheritance, they come into so much money. Meanwhile, they're like fighting whether to use their money for groceries or to pay rent to keep a roof over their head. But you know, then we have The Raven Tower by Anne Leckie. Why did I put this on hold? I have no idea. It looked cool, I guess. Maybe someone else mentioned it. I don't know. I have Spy X Family Volume 3. I haven't even read Volume 2, by the way. So, all the other people who are on the holds list for Spy X Family Volume 2, I'm so sorry in advance. Then we have the Untitled Books by C.J. Archer. I saw the cover of, I think, the 6th book, and I was like, yeah, The Journal of a Thousand Years. I read the synopsis for that, and then I went back, and no, sorry, why is it the Untitled Books that I have a copy of? Because the first book is called The Librarian of Crooked Lane. Anyways, whatever. I don't know why I'm doing this. Anyways, it looked interesting. Then we have the Puzzle Box by Daniel Trussoni. Now, this one I'm a little on the fence about to a certain extent because this one is set in Tokyo, but I don't think the author. See, I'm gonna search this up because usually I'm a little wary of white authors writing about like East Asian cultures. See, she doesn't look Asian at all. I'm kind of scared to see. Kind of scared to see what the Goodreads review is for the puzzle box. 3.7. Oh my god, that is not fun. It looks interesting, but I doubt that it'll be particularly good. And no one I follow has read this. Okay, well, we'll see. I will get back to you on that if I end up reading it. I don't know if I'll end up reading it. Just wanted to talk through my stuff on the shelf. Then I have an interesting book that I came across purely because of the cover. It's called Pole Stand by Neil Stevenson. And it's set, I believe, during like the Soviet Union, and I'm definitely someone who's not against reading books by like non-Soviet authors or non-Russian authors that are set in the Soviet Union, but I do it with a very critical lens. And this is interesting because I think the person that it follows is actually a real life person because it says historical epic. So it follows Dawn Ray Bjornberg, and I think she might have been like an actual person. Let me just find, because I've never heard about this person at all. So basically, she is born in the US and then she moves. Born in the American West to a clan of cowboy anarchists. Dawn is raised in Leningrad after the Russian Revolution by her Russian father, a party-line Leninist who re-Christians her Aurora. She spends her early years in Russia, but then grows up as a teenager in Montana before being drawn into gun running and revolution in the streets of Washington, D.C. When a surprising revelation about her past puts her in the crosshairs of U.S. authorities, Dawn returns to Russia, where she is groomed as a spy by the organization that later becomes the KGB. Curious, very curious. The meeting has been called by one of Polstan's many historical figures, Soviet spymaster Lavrentiy Beria. It also includes real-life politicians, Dawn Ray O'Fallon, aka Dawn Klondike, aka Aurora Maximovna Chomova. Very interesting. Very Pole Stand. Very interesting considering the whole thing with Central Asia, but yeah. Then we have Perspective. This one is set, I believe, in like Florence. Yeah, Renaissance Florence. Yeah. I kind of love this obsession of murder mysteries set in like Florence, like Renaissance Venice and Florence. I don't know. And then we have Allegro by Ariel Dorfman. This one follows Mozart, which is really interesting because Mozart visits the grave of Bach, and then it's like, was Bach murdered by a famous occultist? So very interesting. I think this is the same author as, no, it's not the same author. Super interesting. I've always loved Mozart. There's an audiobook. Insane. Okay. I do have to finish Clash of Kings soon, so I will read that after I finish Clash of Kings. Or maybe I'll start tomorrow, who knows. Anyways, that's it for this update. I've been talking for too long, and I do, in fact, have to go to sleep because it is 12 o'clock and I have work tomorrow. Okay, that is a good night for me, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna be so incredibly honest with you guys. Since I last gave the update, which I want to say was like 2 weeks ago, I've not read. I've literally I've tried books, I've started books, I have not sat down and probably read. My mind is so scattered right now for I don't know what reason. It's just a lot is going on, right? Um, so I'm starting, well, this is the second day, but no, this is the third day of 75 booked, right? And I'm keeping it low key. Like, if I don't get like both reading sessions done, I'm not going to punish myself because like I don't want reading to be something that I'm punished, like not reading be something that I'm punished for. So I'm gonna take it bit by bit, day by day, just chillax and read whenever I can. So I like finished a shift about like an hour-ish ago. I'm gonna take the earlier train home because my sister asked me to. Well, I promised my sister. But basically, I'm gonna start a timer since I don't have an other camera. You guys are just gonna have to trust me on this, okay? But I'm gonna start a 45-minute timer and I'm gonna cram as much reading as I can. I do have a goal. So I want to finish the Clash of Kings and I want to start and finish Will of the Many. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I will keep you guys updated. Obviously, this portion, like, I'm gonna give you the Clash of Kings reading updates in this vlog. I'm also gonna do like updates for Will of the Many, which is for a separate vlog that's later on. Strength of the Few comes out tomorrow, so it's November 10th today. I genuinely do not remember when I last gave you an update. It's becoming a problem. But yeah, so that's the update. I'm gonna start a timer. I unfortunately do not have any way to show you that I started the timer or anything, but I will showcase that I'm reading. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Listen, Clash of Kings is really good. I just don't have the bandwidth to do anything really right now. Like, does that make sense? I feel like it's low-key seasonal depression kicking in, but like, you know what I mean? Like, the sunlight is dying, and so is my will to read slowly dying. It's on a solar cycle. I'm kidding. But yeah, so I'm gonna start reading and all that fun stuff. And you guys are gonna have to trust me that I'm actually doing this because I know that like I'm always truthful with the books that I'm reading and everything, but some people are not. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm probably not gonna get every reading session in. Rules for me, okay? So the initial rules of the 75 reading challenge is 2 45-minute sessions of reading per day. One has to be outside, like one has to be not when you're in bed, like has to be out of your bed. I don't really read in my bed that often anyway, so that's not going to be a problem. I do most of my reading on the train and stuff and like in the living room, so it's not going to be a problem. You have to finish a whole water bottle, but I don't know where my water bottle is. Probably in the basket, but I'm just going to have to my thing is I have to drink water. I cannot drink tea. I cannot drink coffee. I cannot drink. I have to drink some water to a certain point. Another one is a book buying ban. My asterisk for that is gifted from publishers, gifts from whoever, and secondhand bookstores don't count for that book buying ban. And I've been doing very well on my own self-imposed outside of the 75 book challenge book buying ban. Another one is you have to track it in a physical journal. I bought a Muji notebook, just like a simple gray one. I love their notebooks. I have too many of them, but I love them. They're great. And so, yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm hungry. But yeah, so that's that. I think there was another rule, but I forget off the top of my head. I also have an Excel spreadsheet that I might share. Let me know if you want it. But I figured out how to do some fun stuff, fun formula stuff. Thank you, YouTube. But yeah, that's the update. Peace out. my first 45 minutes of reading, of like really like with minimal stops. I apologize for this angle. I'm still on the train. We were stuck for a while because there was a situation on the train tracks. Simply put, unfortunately, an unfortunate situation. So I'm on page 325, which I think is a fairly solid amount. I'll have to double check where I started exactly. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Okay, I get the criticisms about George R.R. Martin and the way that he portrays certain things and the amount of detail about certain things that I wouldn't usually want in a book. It's fine. I can deal with it. However, you can't say that he isn't a good writer. He is an incredible writer. He's a really good writer. Also, I switched coaches because I needed to charge my phone. He is truly something else. Like his talent is insane. Some of these are truly like insane. Like I'm really enjoying it. Besides certain details that are more graphic than I, would like them to be, but I'm really enjoying myself. And 300 pages in, that's not bad out of like what, 900? It's not terrible. My copy is falling apart. It's becoming floppy, which yay. So it's like, yeah, okay. I have to call the Uber soon, I believe. But yeah, so that's that.
Hello, here's my Game of Thrones update. It says chapter 25, page 401, 1031, but I don't even know how that translates into the physical, because my physical version does not have 1,000 pages. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're at Tyrion. Found it. 401. So it translates roughly. I think because I have a similar. No, the font size's a bit bigger, but. So I'm just gonna. I don't even know how I can show you. I got this. There you are. The front, the back. Hello, please don't mind the mess in the background. Well, technically not really a mess, but I'm just gonna switch like this. Okay, so I've put myself the end date to release this vlog as the 22nd, which also turns out to be my sister's birthday. So I'm not going to be, so I technically have to finish it like by the 21st. So that gives me like 3 days. Still gives me 3 days. Yeah. So I have to finish it by the 21st. It's gonna go up on the 22nd, which is my sister's birthday, and we're going to the Museum of Illusions for her birthday. So I don't have time to be editing it. So I have to finish it by the 21st. I have to also finish the vlog by the 21st, or early hours 22nd. That does not work. Yeah. Anyways, so there's that. I have a 12 to 4 shift tomorrow. And then go, I am on page 487 of Clash of Kings, which means I have 182 pages left, which if you divide that by 3, it's 161 pages per day. 241 if you divide by 2, which, no, I don't think that's very doable, but yeah. So I need to check my 75 books because I don't think I did much of that, to be honest. Yesterday. What happened yesterday? Did I read yesterday? I'm gonna read after I finish giving my sister a shower. You can hear the music, that's her in the shower. I don't have to. We've come to that age where I don't have to iron her when she's doing shampoo, but I do put conditioner on her hair, so I do have to help her with that. Otherwise her hair will get all tingly. Anyways, I'm enjoying myself. It's definitely, we're getting there.
Okay, we're getting there. I'm thinking I'm gonna give it like a 4.5. The second books in a series tend to be misses for me most of the time. The only exception to this rule is Words of Radiance, and there's probably another book that I'm forgetting, and Two Towers. I think those are the only two where the second book is like my favorite. So yeah, really I like sort of the middle books. If it's like a more than 2 or 3, really I'm a fan of either in duologies I'm a fan of the first book usually most of the time. Actually, okay, no, 3 series. So we have Lord of the Rings, we have Words of Radiance, which is Stormlight Archive, and we have Six of Crows, and I like Crooked Kingdom more, which I don't know what that says about me. Don't go psychoanalyzing me, but I don't know what that says about me. So yeah, this one's, I feel like we have too many grand chapters in this. So, but yeah, that's that. Again, enjoying this. My copy is very, very well loved right now. These covers freaking slap. So there's that. Coming! Yeah, that's all I got for you. Peace out. Hello, I haven't done an update in a hot minute. I haven't posted a video in a hot minute. First off, let me just take a moment, please, for the curls, so to speak. Okay, I'm still powering through Clash of Kings. I paused on my Will of the Many reread, so I'm putting a pin in that. You'll still get a reading vlog, but it just didn't work out the way that I thought it would. So you'll still get a reading vlog, except in that reading vlog, I think there will be quite the time jump in terms of just focusing on one book at a time. Since I'm doing reading vlogs, I find it difficult to focus on other books, right? Because it's like I want to film this vlog, I want to get it over with and stuff like that. So I'm trying to focus on the book I'm reading for the reading vlog, but I was doing a reading vlog for the book. Anyways, it's a whole thing. It doesn't even tell me. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm 84% through. I think, how do I say this without making people angry? Okay. As far as a book, I'm enjoying it. Love is a strong word, but I do enjoy being in the world of Westeros. Okay, I enjoy that aspect. I like the intricacies of it all. I like the politics. I like the way that it is divided and the different houses and stuff like that. And I like the found family aspect, especially the Night Watch and everything. Jon is probably one of my favorite characters so far. Sansa is also getting up there. Arya is also one of my favorite characters. I'm a little iffy on some of the other ones, but still enjoyed their chapters. The one character I still haven't started really enjoying his chapters is Bran, but poor guy, poor kid. So there's that aspect, right? Like overall, as a book, I'm enjoying it. The problem with me is that when it comes to series, I tend to either give up after the second book or I just don't continue after the first. Like it's so difficult for me to find series where the second book is just so good that I want to continue. Again, I am enjoying to a certain extent because some things are a little too graphic for my liking and it's not entirely in my comfort zone, but like I just skip over it sort of. It's just classic Martin behavior, with his descriptions of certain choices that my ear's ringing. It's fun. Certain male characters make. But like I'm enjoying it, and yes, I will continue the series, but it's looking like I'm going to end up reading one book per year. Because I read Game of Thrones last year, I started Clash of Kings, but then I stopped, and then I restarted it this year. Now I'm finally almost done this. But the thing is, with this one, it feels so long. I don't know if it's just me. And the fact that this is a second book and knowing my track record with second books, like I can maybe name 2 or 3 series where I didn't fall off before or after. Like I didn't fall off because of the second book. And that is, no, 4 series, I think. That is Lord of the Rings. I did not fall off Two Towers, but that's because Two Towers, the movie, is my favorite, right? From my archive, which Words of Radiance, I think, is Sanderson's best book ever. I have a feeling that it will be very difficult for me as a reader and a reviewer, it'll be very difficult for him to achieve that level of flawlessness that is Words of Radiance. So we've got Two Towers, Words of Radiance, so Lord of the Rings, Stormlight, Sabriel, so the second book is Lyriel, and then we've got, I've forgotten the book. Popular Word. The second book being The Dragon Republic. Like it's I don't know, like I'm having such a difficult time explaining the way that I am seeing this. Like I am enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. I'm thinking this one's probably going to be rated lower than Game of Thrones. I think I gave Game of Thrones like 4.75 stars. I think I'm going to put 4.5 just because it is so long. It's taking me such a long time, and I'm a fast reader. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that it is only, what time is it? It's only 6:37 and it's pitch black outside. Maybe it's the fact that this is just a really long book in general. And just it's the fact that we're gearing towards the end of the year and I'm just like less inclined to read. Also, it's cold. So I don't know what it is. It could be all these factors and more. I don't know. But yeah, that's sort of my biggest, I guess, issue in this case is that I don't know how, like, I fully feel about it. Like, besides the certain things that I do not enjoy across Martin's descriptions, if you know what I mean, if you know, you know, whether you've only watched the show or you've read the books or you've done, you know, both or whatever, like, there's certain things that I do not enjoy, but I can overlook them at least because I cannot deny that Martin is a good author. He is an incredible writer. He is incredibly creative. And he has done so much for the fantasy genre just as an author, not just with the success of the Game of Thrones show, but just with the books. But like it's so much slower and it's so much I think it's the pace that is my biggest hurdle right now because I find that I think Game of Thrones read a little bit quicker than Clash of Kings does. I'm excited to read the rest of the series, at least what is published. So again, enjoying this. But goddamn, it's long. It's long, and I have the mass market paperbacks. I'm reading this on my Kindle, but I do have the mass market paperbacks in the new covers, and the second one I have in my bag right now. I'm not gonna get it, but I have it in my bag, and it's, to be honest, I don't know when I'm gonna read the next book. Once I finish this, I'm diving into Will of the Many and then Strength of the Few, and then I've got other books I want to read and stuff like that, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, really. I really don't know. That's sort of my update. I know I've been rambling for a long time. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I really hope you can because I don't want to refilm this again. But yeah, that is sort of the update. Again, 84% through, so I'm almost done. I think I have like an hour and a half left. So to be honest, if I sat down and just read through, I might be able to finish this today, or I read half today and half tomorrow, and I'll finish it finally before my CapCut monthly subscription runs out. But just like, yeah, I don't know. It's rough out here, you know? It's rough. It's really rough. Yeah. Why did my watch? It's telling me to exercise. Yeah, that's sort of it. I'm really excited to get into Will of the Many again because that one reads really fast, so I'm probably going to finish it in a couple days. a shift on Sunday at Indigo. I had a shift on Tuesday. I've got a couple of other books that I'm really excited for. So besides Will of the Many and Strength of the Few, I have an arc of Behind Five Willows by Junher, which is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice set in Joseon Dynasty, Korea. I've got Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross that I really want to read because I really enjoyed Divine Rivals. So there's that. I really want to continue my read of Fellowship in Russian, but I think my brain cells are just like so shriveled up right now that I cannot muster a single coherent thought in Russian. I also want to read An Arcane Inheritance by Camilla Cole. This is a dark academia. I haven't read any other books if she has any, but very excited. It's dark academia. I have Heather Fawcett's. Okay. I have, and I think I should lock my doors because of this. I have Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett. Be jealous. Y'all need to be jealous. I have an arc of it. Oh my god, never in a million years did I think I would get an arc of this, and I know exactly why I got an arc of it. But anyways, then we have The River She Became by Emily Varga. That's another one. Be jealous of it. I haven't read For She's Wrath because I had planned on reading The Count of Monte Cristo first, and then I read The Count of Monte Cristo and I never got around to it. But I will get to For She Is Wrath. I might do like a reading vlog where I read the books by like specific authors, like I read their backlist or whatever. So I might have like a video where I read all of Emily Varga and all of like Junher or whatever, including like the arcs that I have. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. I've got a couple of other ones that were interesting. I was scrolling through Libby. Doom scrolling, not me. I scrolled through Libby. I have Allegro by Ariel Dorfman, which has Mozart in it, and Bach. I think Bach got murdered or something like that, and Mozart is trying to figure out why and how he got murdered. Then I have Perspectives by Laurent Binet. This one is translated by, I cannot read that. It's really like shaky right now, so I can't really read that. Is it Lamb Taylor? I think it's Lamb Taylor. This one's set in the Renaissance, if I'm not mistaken. It has a very Renaissance cover, to be honest. I think it's set in Venice. Or no, it's set in Florence. Yes, I think it's set in Florence. Then we have Pole Stand by Neil Stevenson. I'm not sure about this. This one's set, it has a really interesting cover, and it's set like during the Soviet Union, and I'm really wary of it, to be honest. Yeah. Then we have Ruska by Edward Rutherford, which I started on audiobook, and I've been really enjoying it from what I remember. So I'm gonna get to that. I have a couple of other ones. I still haven't, gotten to a few of my reading goals that I put out. So hopefully I will get to those, and hopefully I'll be able to do reading vlogs for those. Like, for example, reading solely in French for a vlog and speaking French in a vlog. There's that one that I want to do. There's a couple of other ones that I want to do. I want to read all the book club picks, and I think I've read a couple of them. I have to double check. And so can I just hibernate until January 1st? I just want to hibernate until January 1st. Please. Yeah. That's all. That's it. This update was long enough. Okay. Peace.
The tea is chamomile. I don't know how I feel about it. I put a crap ton of sugar. And I also put some lemon, but I don't think I put enough lemon. This is the thing. Although I'm right-handed, so I don't really understand why it's also not on the other side. But yeah. I am working, not working, but I'm doing one of my Bookstagram posts. It's my Tolkien collection, so to speak. I can delete this one. Hello, what is going on? Hello? I don't know what's going on right now. Okay, yeah, so it's just an overview of my Tolkien collection. That doesn't just include Lord of the Rings. I have the letters, I have different editions of Lord of the Rings, I also have The Hobbit, although I do have 2 other copies of The Hobbit, but I decided not to get them. I have the Silmarillion of Children of Hurin, you know, and then I have like a little thing of like Tolkien wish list. So yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Fuck. Okay. I have to like send them back to my tablet and then figure out how the hell I'm gonna type up that caption, because it's gonna be brutal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I need to have 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What am I missing? The mass market, omnibus, modern. I don't know what I'm missing. What am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, the Russian edition. Did I do that? I did that. It's my bad. Hold on. Aha. Russian exclusive classics edition. So what I did was give me a second. Hello? What just happened? So what I did was I took a picture, and then on Canva I have hold on a second, I'm gonna pause my video. Okay, so what I did to get it the way that it's going to pop up on my Instagram. This is also the worst angle. Give me like 2 seconds, please. Also, I'm aware I look yellow, but that's just the way it goes. You know, sometimes it'd be like that sometimes. Okay, so this is what sort of it looks like. So what I do is I took a picture of all my Tolkien books, right? Like individually on my blanket, because there's a side that's gray and there's a side that's white. So what I did was I took a picture, and then on Canva I have like this Hobbiton font. Keeps flipping. This is really annoying. I'm gonna lock that. And then so what I did was I wrote, I think you can see like that better. I wrote like the sort of editions that it was, and then I downloaded it as a PNG with the transparent background, which gives something like this, right? So what I did was then I put it over on the Samsung Notes app, and then what I do is I zoom in, and then I don't know if I'll be able to show it. I literally trace it like just like that. Like not even, I'm not trying too hard. I'm trying in the sense that where it's a little bit thicker, like I changed the way that I'm holding my pen and stuff, because I can have some parts like thinner, I guess. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but this is the way that I found that I like it. And the reason I'm tracing it in black is because it actually appears white, because I have everything on like dark mode, literally everything on dark mode. I think that just shows you that I'm an incredibly Gen Z person. Hold on. I also have to remember to like lock my pictures, otherwise it's going to not stay put. But yeah, so that's what I've sort of been doing. I continued my watch of Only Murders in the Building, but I don't know. The first 2 seasons were good, but I kind of got a little bored, not gonna lie. So I just searched up spoilers, which I know, shocker, but also like it's a fun show. But I don't know. It's kind of So yeah, that's if y'all want a way to spice up your pictures a little bit, I guess this could be a fun way. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I just don't like the app of Canva on like my tablet. So yeah, that's literally it. And then what I do afterwards is I literally just save it as like an image from Samsung Notes, and it saves to like my gallery. And then because I have like link to Windows or whatever it's called, which is similar to like AirDrop, I just Alright, so there we go. So it looks a little wonky. Let me just show you. It looks a little wonky. So what I do is I then select the text. So this is the original, right? And I literally delete it. And now it looks like that. And it doesn't look bad because I literally traced it. So it can't really look bad. And then I just hit save as file, image file, and I put it into like the DCIM folder, which means that it's gonna be in my gallery. And then since I have like a bajillion other ones, it's gonna save it all because it's all in one document, which is a little annoying, but I'm just gonna send this one to my computer. And another thing that I did was I named all my devices with specific names. Why is it being stupid again? Are you serious? What do you mean enable Wi-Fi? I do have Wi-Fi on. I don't know why my tablet's being like this. This is like the second time that I've had to reconnect it. I'm confused. Select. Okay, now it's connected. It pisses me off sometimes. Obviously, as you can see, it's not as smooth as Apple AirDrop. But another thing that I did to make my life a million times more easier is I named all my devices. So even this one is named. I know that people like to call this like Kindle Jenner or something like that, which is fine. It's cute, but I'm not particularly enthused about the Kardashians. Kendall Jenner or Kylie Jenner? Yeah, something like that. Kendall Kardashian or whatever the hell. So I'm not particularly enthused by the Kardashians, so to speak. Which is funny, but I named my Kindle Fetus, I believe it is, if I remember correctly. And then my phone is literally the only thing that I haven't really named. I haven't figured out a proper name for it. My tablet is Hypatia, the scientist, the woman from Alexandria, right? Which I feel is fitting since it's my whole shtick is Alexandrian archives and everything, Library of Alexandria. That's where the name comes from, actually. I don't know if anyone knows this. I don't think I've ever really explained it. Alright, there's like hair that like is not sticking in. So good enough, whatever. So yeah. And then what we're going to do, because I need to put it on my tablet again, I'm going to save all of these the way that I want to save them. So I'm going to save, so from 21 to 32, I'm going to save it, but with the, 21 to 32, I'm going to save it with a transparent background that's going to download as a zip file. And then 33 to 35, I'm going to just download it regularly. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So, my tablet is Hypatia, my Kindle is Thetis, my PC is Artemis, my laptop is Athena. Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, my Samsung earbuds are Hestia, my headphones are Bastet, although my headphones doesn't always, like, it hasn't changed to any other one on any other device, so it's literally just Soundcore whatever, and I don't think I can change it on my PC, which is really weird because I changed like the Samsung one and it appears as Hestia everywhere, like it appears everywhere, so it's very strange. But I think I changed it in the Samsung Buds app, so that's a whole thing. So now I'm going to send these, and then I'm going to send. So what I wanted, send to my phone. Just delete all of these content. Just realized I need to delete a bunch of stuff off of my tablet. I mean, I have a lot of storage space for a reason, but holy Christ on a cracker. Because I also have WhatsApp on here, so it's repeating itself. Delete. Okay. Time cast a spell on you. You won't forget me. Was it just a fool? You'll never get away from the sun. I understand what's going on here. This is really annoying. Never get away from the sun. Woman loves you. Okay, but can you just freaking send it already? Because what the hell is this? Oh, I don't want LinkedIn. I don't want to learn what's new either. Can you just please let me send stuff? Like, oh my good lord. It's not even letting me, like, check. In the early hours of November 29th, which is what it is today, our cat, Sirius, passed away. He passed away on, like, the carpet in his sleep. Yeah, not good. He's an asshole, but he was our asshole, you know. He was loved as much as he annoyed us. He was an ankle biter for a bit. Yeah. Not gonna go into the details. They're not particularly gruesome, but it's just sad because the guy came downstairs just to check up on him, and he was cold.
Dad buried him in the backyard in the far corner, and we've been grieving. It's weird because I don't remember. I think this is the first death of a pet that we've collectively gone through, I think. And some of us that aren't particularly attached to pets are still sad. But yeah, that's an update I have, on here. Christmas tree. Listen, do you see that snow outside? Okay, it is so high up. Like, I can't even go outside with my boots on. I don't have snow pants, so I can't even go outside with my boots on. I am 88% through. I feel like I've been reading this forever. I'm so excited to finish it. Just to be done with it in general, and to be able to finish this damn vlog so I can finally edit it and get it over with. Anyway, that's the update. I'm gonna read and then try not to fall asleep, I guess. I'm gonna go grab my blanket. I feel like I might fall asleep though. If my clicker situation, I'm gonna go grab a blanket. So I have a bit of a stomach ache, but that's because I ate too many crepes. And the crepes have like milk in it. Well, there's kefir in it. Oh yeah. Hello. I have finished Clash of Kings. It took too long. I don't even remember when I started it, but I can now continue the Will of the Many. Thank God. I think I'm gonna like clean the kitchen a little bit, and then I'm gonna go upstairs and clean my room a little bit, and then continue editing the vlog. But I will continue Will of the Many. I'm so excited to finally finish the Will of the Many. I also have a bunch of book pictures to take, so there's that I have to do. And I have to make sure my sister does her own book class and stuff like that. But yeah, my final rating at the moment is 4.5. I enjoyed it, but I think it was much slower paced than Game of Thrones, which, like, I don't mind slower paced books, but this was just a tad too long in my opinion, to be honest, to my liking personally. I love politics in books, don't get me wrong. I love political intrigue. I love books with like this intricate level of politics. That's so interesting to me because humans are so fascinating and they can just make up the craziest stuff, but I think that it was a tad too slow for my liking. So yeah, just a tad too slow. I really enjoyed Game of Thrones. I've enjoyed Clash of Kings. So far my favorite is Game of Thrones, I think. But it will definitely be interesting to see what happens sort of next. I don't know when I will start the third book, probably not this year. Like, that will be, I think, a next year thing. I still have a bunch of books to get through, and my reading slows down significantly during like the winter months. So I think I might be able to squeeze in like maybe 2 or 3 more books. So I've got Will of the Many, Strength of the Few, and probably Dawn of the Firebird, and like I will be just tapped out. Like, my reading stamina will just have digressed to a point where I do not want to pick up anything, which means that I will have more time and more ability to create content and stuff like that. Hopefully I will not get to the 75 book mark probably, unless I pick up another like manga series or something like that and fly through like 5 bajillion of those. But as far as that goes, sort of the mangas are difficult because if there's a lot of them, the manga and the graphic novels are difficult because if there's a lot of them, the specific events sort of start to blend in a little bit because I'm not very used to reading graphic novels or mangas. So, like in Amulet, I could not tell you what happened in book 4 versus book 7. Well, actually I could because 7 was pretty significant, but book 4 and book 5, like, I can't really fully tell you what happened in one book. I can tell you the overall arching story of Amulet, but I cannot tell you what specifically happened in like the specific books. Unless I like flip through it again, So that kind of thing. I guess I'm just more used to, reading like books, right? So Will of the Many is on the roster. It's next on the list, so to speak. I have to go do some Canva fun stuff, and then I will finally finish editing the vlog. I do have to take a thumbnail picture for it to figure that out. But yeah, I think I'll do my classic, like the book picture, in front of my bookshelf or something like that. But yeah, this has been a wild ride.